What are some common main tank mistakes? Oh, I just fed now. I've been bouncing around 30. Yeah. There are a lot. A lot. You wouldn't believe. Let's see. What tank are we talking specifically? You said main tank. So that could be Reinhardt, Orisa, possibly Sig, possibly Ball. On very rare occasions, Winston. Winston or Rein. Okay. For Winston, probably the most common would be trying to be a DPS. Let's see. Trying to think of how to demonstrate this. Here, I'll just pull up the same one. And we'll look at their Rein. Because their Rein was not good. This is gold, granted. But gold and diamond Reins. If you're diamond Rein playing in gold, you should play the same. F12, okay. Okay. First mistake. I know it's like 2 seconds in. This is, you can't see. Oh, because I clicked F12. Yeah, sorry. I forgot about that. Sorry. So if we go back just a little bit. That was a terrible fire strike. Oh man. I don't know why I can't click these though. Like that's really weird. I was able to do that yesterday. And then if I click that, that'll, okay. And this should be over here. What am I doing? Terrible. When you fire strike, you should never be out like this. So he's standing here. And there's time before and after the fire strike where you can't put up your shield and you take unnecessary damage. I wouldn't say that's a super common mistake, especially in diamond. This is though. When you have your full shield like this, you never ever want to put your shield out unless it's protecting someone. Reason being, if you're, let's say you're standing here and your shield's like peeking through the wall like it can be, they can just beam that down and now you have to wait for it to recharge. So this, he's protecting this wall here. That's a waste of a quarter of his shield because that's an extra target that just makes it a bigger hitbox. So what he wants to do here is play this, if he wants to play this angle, I suggest that he goes against this wall since he's not ready to push up. But if he wants to be here, he just takes a step back so that this part of his shield is hidden by the wall and the rest of it actually blocks stuff. Very often I'll go up to a wall and I'll like half shield it so I can see things like this, and then that way half of my shield is protecting my team and the other half is by the wall. I could go like this and block all of it, but that's just a bigger target and there's no one I need to block there. The Zen is not in the best position. He could go like this if Rein intends to keep that position. But yeah, hiding the shield, taking unnecessary damage on the shield is a big issue. People don't usually notice it because it's like, oh, you're not feeding or anything, they're not getting ult charge, but that sets you back quite a bit. So it's a really common mistake. The other thing would be the same problem I have with this fire strike. He's just out in the open here. I'll show you real quick how to do a proper fire strike. Okay. So let's say there's people down here, right? So I'd go like this, right? So now only this part of my shield is blocking anything. The rest is being blocked by the wall, so that I can just go back here if I need to charge shield, and it takes them that long to get up to me, and I have time to recharge that. So I see a lot of people like go up here and they'll go like that. Now they have to walk all the way back there. The thing you want to do is you want to start swinging so that they think you're swinging, and you want to interrupt it with a fire strike. But the way you do the fire strike is you click E while you're looking at the wall, and then you peek the corner, just like that, because it takes time to ramp up, and then you peek for like half a second and then you come back. So you just go like that. That's what I usually do as I'm like shielding. Shield's going down, do, and I go like this, right, in case anyone's pushing up. I go like that, and then shield's back up. Also, when I put down my shield, I always call it out. Shield going down in 3, 2, 1. Recharging shield, hold up. Alright, let's go. You know, stuff like that. So if you do this fire strike, that is what's called a blind fire strike, because you don't actually know that very second who's there. But usually if it's at a choke like Full Sky Industries or Hanamura, any of the assaults really, then you know they're not going anywhere. So you see where they are, and then you're just like, okay, there they are, boom, you know. Yeah, okay. As far as Rein's ult, let me get it real fast. There's a very common mistake that a lot of people do, Vince included. Is he still on the call?
What?
Vince.
Oh, when
you know exactly
okay,
what I'm
I know
talking
exactly
about.
what
You know
it is.
exactly what I'm talking about.
All right, so what you're supposed to do when you hammer down
Alright, Vince
is
gonna
you
explain.
fire strike first, and then you walk up to them and hit them. It's better to fire strike and hit first because you can hit more of them, and you're not just singling out a target with a charge. It's kind of a waste. However, you can use a charge if the target is, if it's only one person, or if they're really far away. That's when you can use it.
Yeah, and meaning they're really far away means like if they're like right there, you wouldn't want to be like, oh man, I got this charge, boom, because now you're far away from them again. So you want to like charge to something, even if you don't get the pin, you're like boom, and then you like swing at them. Because hitting the charge is not your priority, because your damage will be there and your damage will clean that up. Your priority is not to kill the people. Well, it is your priority to kill the people, but it's not your job. Your job is to knock as many people on your butt as you can, and do extra damage while they're down. So the correct way, here I'll demonstrate, is you slam, you crouch down, you fire strike, you lift up, you slam as many times, and then as soon as they start getting up, if there's like only one person left or two people left, or you know they're gonna clean up, you can charge them like right before they get up, because they can't move and they can't use abilities during that time. So that's when you can charge. The reason you do this is because it's the same reason with the, here I'll show you, with the Moira hitbox. So the fire strike hitbox is not actually, let me draw it. Still using Snip and Sketch to draw, which is whatever. But the fire strike hitbox is not like that. It's like that. So you just need to make sure this is hitting the person. This is kind of like extra effects. So when you're hitting people with a fire strike, if let's say there's one person here, there's one person here, and there's one person here, if you're looking down at them, because you're a pretty tall dude, and there's a recent update, not recent, maybe a few months ago, where they actually added in-person eye level difference. So if I switch to Torb, look how much shorter I am, versus Sigma, way taller, right? Because he's tall and he floats. So if I'm looking down at these people who are on the ground, right here, here, and here, right? And I throw a fire strike, let's say I want to hit these two. I probably would hit one of them. However, if you go down, you're now shorter, and that ball, which is really the fire strike, will go closer along the ground and can hit more people. And you guide it up. So that would hit two. If I did it actually correctly, it'd hit all three. Just like that. And you're supposed to crouch, fire strike, and then let go. We'll get one real fast. The main reason you don't want to charge into a fire strike is you boop everyone away. So like I said, it is your prerogative to kill everyone when they're shattered, but it's not your job. It's the job of your DPS and maybe a Zen if you have one. So when you shatter them and you charge, you not only pin one person that you might not be able to kill, because if it's a Reinhardt and he's getting pocketed by an Ana that's far away, then you probably won't get that kill. Not only that, but it will boop everyone else away. So it might boop off a Genji and a Lucio that the McCree otherwise would have gotten a headshot on and killed. So you are crowd control, and you want to keep as many people there as possible. That's why grab is so valuable, because it keeps people in that same spot. You know where they are, you can hit the headshots. Like that. Oh wow. That did not, what the, how did that not hit anyone? That's weird. I'll go for a different angle. I know I'm bad, don't worry about it. What the, maybe it just sucked today. It's the dropped frames, bro. I need 150, not 140. Okay. We'll go from here. This might take a while to line up. 10 years later. I'll just get two if I can. Frick, dude. They're so smart. They know I'm coming for them. Yeah, I'll just wait here and get two. That's a double kill. Whereas if I would have charged, by the time I would have hit someone, that person would already be up and they'd be alive. You almost never want to charge. You can charge into a grab, but that's also stupid because you have fire strike and your hammer does damage to everyone. Those are the main mistakes for Reinhardt. If you have any other questions about specific abilities, let me know. I do think another main one, as far as positioning and decision making, is when there's a Tracer or a Genji behind, people usually, they'll go like this. They'll be like, bro, freaking get the Genji, get the Genji, get the Genji. When I can go 1, 2, boom, dead, right? It's that easy. Of course he can deflect, and if there's a Tracer they can run away. But if that's a free easy kill, and like I do, this is why I always play corners as well. If I'm playing like this, right? Dude, there's a Genji, I'm holding up shield. The Genji's behind. I can go like this. And even if he's right here, I'll play corner. Don't take any unnecessary damage. If he runs away, that's fine. Because my job is to make space and take care of my people. Make sure they don't die. So he's on the Ana, you get him, right? Go back to defending. Join the game. You can just join. That's the thing.
I guess I can.
Okay. Winston. I'm sure you know of the butt jump. That's only used in probably high diamond and up when you're going against. Did you just kill yourself? Oh, you can walk. What? You can walk down here? Anyway.
Back in class, bro.
you don't really need to do the butt jump that much. Waste of bubbles is definitely a big one. I see a lot of people, they'll jump on an enemy, they'll go like this, they'll go like that, and they'll just play around the bubble, which is fine. But also it depends on your team comp. If you have a Zarya and they can bubble you and you can get out, that's fine. If you have a Rein and you're going into, let's say, a Tracer and a Widow, and you use that instantly, the Tracer's just gonna melt it, Widow's gonna pick you off, Tracer's gonna pick you off. So definitely waiting to see, especially since the Widow, she'll take one shot since she's already scoped in, and then she'll go like this and she'll machine gun, which doesn't do very well against your armor. So you usually, and if you're diving a Tracer too, you want to let them like take your armor off, and then you can use your bubble, look for the Ana for heals. They'll heal you back your armor, and you want to play edge of the bubble. That's another big mistake I see. A lot of people try to play like the middle of their bubble, or like use it as like this like zoning area, which you should almost never do because it's only 700 HP and stupid. Zoning area, and now you're super vulnerable. You want to play edge of the bubble so you can shift, especially against DPS that can kill you. As far as extra damage, you want to go like that. If you didn't see exactly what I did, I do see a lot of people that will do the jump and they'll melee before they hit, which is good, but you can also left click, because your left click is longer than your melee. So you can go like this, you can get some left click, so that was like what? Like 25 damage versus of left click, boom boom. So now he's at what? 75 HP, so I can go like that, and he's dead. So you wanna, whoops, I missed. Wish I could do this in slow-mo. You wanna leap up, hold left click melee right before you hit the ground, because it resets your melee anyway. If you're ever 1v1ing someone as Winston and they have armor, melee, because it'll conserve your ammo as well as your gun doesn't do anything to armor, and burst of damage will help you get rid of that. So if you're like, if there's a Rein right there, then you go like that. As far as this primal, if you know how to juggle, you're set. Whether you're antied or 5 HP or about to die or like someone, or you're on fire or whatever, if you click Q, your HP goes back up, even if you're anti. So it depends on the map for sure, but I'd say you usually want to use it as a lifesaver versus just like using it to get a huge boop or like a pick or a juggle or whatever. So you just like go in irresponsibly almost. You dive like really hard, super aggressively, and then that will peel them off and they'll be like, monkey's out of position, huge pick potential, right? And you can either use bubble and try and get out, or you can use ult and try and get out, or you can use ult and push them towards your team, or push specific people towards the team. So it can change the team fight, because I've seen a lot of team fights, like just the, should I pull it up? Do I have it? I don't know if I do. But I was playing with a McCree, and actually I wasn't playing with McCree, it was a random person. But they were like 1v1ing Winston or Rein. It was a Rein, and they were like about to die, and I was pocket healing them super hard, and then they just wouldn't die, and then so their McCree came, and then their Zen came too, and I kept pocket healing him. I bionated him, which got them all anti. They pushed up because he was super weak and he was by himself, and that was an easy pick. We all came back from spawn. It was Route 66. We were right there at the first corner, and then we pushed, and we caught them off by surprise because they thought that was an easy pick and there was no one there, and so we got those 3 picks, and that was huge conversion. So if you like dive super hard and you're like acting like you're all weak and everything, they might see it coming because it's pretty common, but you just be super reckless, try and get them way out of position, and then use ult to seal the deal and boop them around, boop them towards your team, whatever. Yeah, main mistakes are just not utilizing the left click melee jump, because that's the extra damage that people are missing out on. I don't see hardly anyone doing that. I see the melee, but not the left click. You get used to the timing too, because if you do it too early, then you're wasting ammo. But you get used to exactly where it is, and you only use like 10 ammo. The other problem would just be using their bubble irresponsibly, because it's only 700 HP, but it's super valuable. And then the last thing would probably be just people using their ults to get kills or to initiate, and you never want to initiate with monkey ult if you can help it, unless you're dead or going to die and you don't want to die. So I hope that helps, those tips. If you have any questions, let me know. If you got a VOD code you want me to review, hook me up. Be happy to do it.